Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Saturday the 17th of April 2021 and we're publishing our gold and silver weekly update for the weekend in the 16th of April. We also very briefly look at political events and economic reports which could shape what happens to the United States dollar and therefore precious metal prices going forward. So let's take a look. Now firstly, we apologise for the lack of videos this past week, but out of respect for Prince Philip's demise, we thought it appropriate not to produce anything, especially if it was controversial. His burial today is marked by great solemnity, which is why we're producing this video after the service. And we convey, of course, our condolences to Her Majesty the Queen, her family and close friends. Gold rose $33 last week from $1,744 to $1,777, having hit a high of $1,784 and a low of $1,724. A rise of 1.9%, following a previous week's rise of 0.8%. In sterling terms, gold finished the week at £1,284. That's up £12, or just under 1%, 0.9 to be precise. And in euros, it closed at €1,483. That's up €18, or 1.2%. Silver rose 71 cents, from $25.28 to $25.99, having hit a high of $26.32 and a low of $24.71, a rise of 2.8% following the previous week's rise of 1.2%. In sterling terms, silver closed at £18.78, that's up 34 pence, and in euros it closed at €21.69, that's up 0.45 euros. The gold to silver ratio fell slightly, from 69 to 1 to 68.3 to 1. Bitcoin is up over $3,400 at $61,800 and has in fact been as high as $64,859. More on that in tomorrow's video. Now just a brief addition to our analysis. Platinum was down just over $1 last week, surprisingly, at $1,208. And palladium, though, was up $130 at $2,786. The Dow Jones closed on Friday at 34,200, up 164 points on the day and up 400 points on the week, following a strong rise of 647 points on the week before that. The S&P 500 closed at 4,185, up 15 points on the day and up 57 points on the week, again following a previous week's rise, this time of 109 points. The Nasdaq Composite closed at 14,052, up 13, that's 13 points on the day, and up 152 points on the week, again following a previous week's strong rise of 420 points. So we can certainly see there's still positive momentum in the equity markets. Brent crude closed at $66.77, up $3.82 on the week. And WTI crude closed at $63.13, up $3.81 on the week. The dollar index stands at 91.55, and that's down 0.61 points on the week. Now, our price trading range last week stated, quote, "Our gold trading range therefore is maintained between 1650 to 1800, with 1600 and 1850 as outliers, and silver trading between 2450 and 2650, with 2350 to 2750 as outliers." Well, gold traded very comfortably within that range, and we can see that the difference between its high and low for the week was $60, or 3.4%. You see, gold initially opened down, recovered on Tuesday, and then began a reasonable rise again on Thursday and maintaining some momentum on Friday. Last week was an interesting one in that we saw a number of factors occurring simultaneously, all contributing, in fact, to the rise in both gold and silver prices. These included rising geopolitical tensions, especially with Russia and China, falls in the 10-year Treasury note yield, a weakening of the US dollar, rising national debt concerns with more to come, as expressed by Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, on Wednesday, where he was speaking at the Economic Club of Washington, D.C., and the Fed continuing generally with its dovish accommodative position. Now, from a technical analysis point of view, support is seen at $1,767 and $1,731 underneath, with long-term Fibonacci support at 1,711. We have resistance at 1788 and 1817 above, with 1858 perhaps the target if 1817 is breached, and this figure was set back in early February. The MACD is pointing to consolidation, and most of the other technical indicators are pointing similarly, with a very mild, perhaps upward preference, but nothing currently to get too excited about at this stage. Silver, like gold, fell on opening last week and began its recovery and advanced from Tuesday onwards, closing not far off its week's high on Friday. The difference between its high and low for the week is $1.61, or 6%. The technicals for silver primarily based around the 26.50 level on the upside and $25 level on the downside. That's broadly speaking. If it breaks above 26.50, then $28 is really the next target. And if it falls below $25, then there's the $24 level, which offers significant support. And if it were to break down below that, which we certainly doubt next week, then a medium-term fall towards $22 is a possibility. US economic data published last week showed an increasing consumer price index for March of 0.6%, compared with 0.4% in February. Core CPI rising from 0.1% to 0.3%. Jobless claims falling from 769,000 to 576,000, which is the right trajectory that the economy is looking for. Retail sales rising in March by 9.8%, compared with a fall of 2.7% in February. And industrial production rising by 1.4% in March, compared with minus 2.6% in February. And also building permits and housing starts are both rising in March, with the latter rising very strongly indeed. Now, taking a look at what we're expecting this coming week in terms of US economic news, well, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, there's absolutely nothing scheduled. Thursday, we have the weekly jobless claims report, existing home sales for March and leading economic indicators for March. And then on Friday, we have the market manufacturing PMI, or the flash PMI, and the market services flash PMI, both for April, and new home sales for March. So generally a quiet week with attention directed to the weekly jobless claims on Thursday and the PMIs, or flash PMIs, on Friday. The big political news is Biden's sanctions imposed on Russia and Moscow now expelling 10 diplomats and blacklisting 8 US officials in retaliation. The relationship between the two countries is tense, but frankly diplomatic. But of course this causes some unease amongst traders. But that said, the equity markets are of course still on a tear. So where does this leave us for gold and silver prices next week? Well, our gold trading range is being improved slightly. So we're expecting general trading between $1,700 and $1,800, but we're widening the outlier just in case something happens geopolitically that we're not expecting, with $1,600 to $1,900 as outliers. And silver, we're expecting to trade quite fluently this week between $25 and $26.50, with 24 to 2750 as outliers. Now we shall be resuming normal video production next week, and tomorrow publishing episode 17 of Bitcoin versus gold and silver, which is quite pertinent bearing in mind that we're again reaching brand new highs. What do you think? Do share your thoughts, and meanwhile, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to our channel, not forgetting to press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. And in the interim, we wish you a safe, enjoyable weekend and prosperous week ahead. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.